Hello, this is FNEWS from the Burlington Hotel in Hollywood. Did you know Jennifer Lopez is staying in this hotel? CNN, at nearly 74 years old, Senator John McCain, our Arizona, might not be the first person to come to mind when you're asked to name a social media genius. But according to a new joint study, he is just that, the U.S. Senator most adept at using social media. New York University professors Scott Galloway and George Washington University School of Business dean Doug Guthrie ranked all 100 U.S. senators based on what they call the lawmaker's digital IQ. The score is derived from a combination of metrics culled from each senator's activity on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, political blogs, and their own congressional website. Republican Sens. Jim DeMint and Scott Brown took a close second and third behind McCain, with Senator Al Franken, the Senate's most social media-savvy Democrat, coming in at number 4. Sydney, Australia. CNN, Australia's political future hung in the balance after no clear winner emerged in Saturday's cliffhanger election, and a final outcome remained days away. The results were too close to call a winner, said Prime Minister Julia Gillard, the Labour Party incumbent, in an address Saturday night to her supporters in Melbourne. With 77% of the votes counted, Labour was leading with 50.5% of the vote, while the Liberal National Coalition of Tony Abbott had 49.5%, according to results posted online by the Australian Electoral Commission. The winning party needs to secure 76 of 150 seats in Parliament, but analysts were predicting both parties would fall short. That means Australia could end up with its first hung parliament since 1940. How 12 dog breeds got their names. Mental floss. Every dog owner knows why they gave their dog its name, but how well do you know the story behind their breed names? Let's take a look at where a handful of common breeds found their monikers. 1. Jack Russell Terrier. Yep, Jack Russell was a real guy. John Russell was born in Dartmouth, England in 1795, and over the years he became quite a hunting enthusiast. While he was studying to become a clergyman at Oxford, he met a milkman who had a white terrier bitch named Trump, who seemed to be the perfect dog for fox hunting. After convincing the milkman to sell him the dog, Russell began breeding Trump to develop a line of terriers with the stamina to hunt foxes all day and the courage to go after game that had slipped into holes. Russell actually has 2 dogs named after him. We are all familiar with the Jack Russell Terrier, but the Parson Russell Terrier, a similar breed with longer legs, also takes its name from Russell and is recognized as a separate breed. 10 acts of good sportsmanship /blogs.static.mental+.com/blogs/archives/60379.html2. Lhasa Apso. The little dog's name sounds funny, but its origins are pretty straightforward. The Lhasa Apso was originally bred as a watchdog for Tibetan palaces and monasteries. It was hard for an intruder to sneak in past the watchful, yipping pooches. The Lhasa in the name comes from the city of Lhasa, Tibet's longtime capital. Apso is a Tibetan word meaning bearded, so the breed's name signifies that it's a long-haired dog that originated in Tibet. 10 unexpected Secret Service duty /blogs.static.mental+.com/blogs/archives/60589.html3. Basset Hound. The lovable big-eared hounds don't get their name from a person named Basset. Rather, basset comes from the French word basse for low, and refers to the dog's low-slung statures. 4. Cairn Terrier. These feisty little terriers originated in the Scottish Highlands, where they were renowned for their abilities as hunters of rats and other small prey like rabbits. The dogs were particularly adept at hunting in the cairns, man-made piles of stones that dot the region as navigational markers. Thus, the breed became known as the Cairn Terrier. Mental floss. 6 utterly loyal dogs www.mentalfloss.com/blogs/archives/182,385. Dalmatian. The spotted breed takes its name from Dalmatia, an Adriatic region that lies mostly within modern-day Croatia. Dalmatians have long been used as sentinels and guard dogs in the region, but it's not entirely clear that they originated there. Paintings and writings show Dalmatian-like dogs in various regions of Europe as far back as the 14th century, and the dogs have been used in Dalmatia since at least the 18th century. Since the dog was most commonly associated with the region, it became widely known as the Dalmatian 6. Poodle. The poodle may be thought of as a fancy snooty dog today, but it actually had fairly rough and tumble origins as a gun dog. Their name reflects their early work as retrievers who would swim out after fallen waterfowl. Pudeln was a Low German word that meant to splash, so these brave retrievers were known as Pudelhund, or water dogs. The word eventually evolved into the English poodle. 7. Weimaraner. The beautiful gray dogs with the expressive eyes have probably only been around since the 19th century. According to tradition, that's when Grand Duke Karl August of Weimar began to selectively breed hunting dogs that were fast, had strong noses, wouldn't back down from large game like wolves or wildcats, and were smart. Karl August's breed allegedly became fashionable among his fellow Weimar noblemen, and the breed gained popularity as a bird hunting dog as well. The places your ashes will go. http://blogs.static.mentalfliss.com/archives/61518.html8. Cocker Spaniel. Spaniels have been around as far back as the 14th century, and these popular pets also got their starts as gun dogs. English hunters prized the dog's particularly skilled tracking of woodcocks, so the dogs became known as cockers. Mental floss. Other animals dogs will adopt. www.mentalfliss.com/blogs/archives/291439. Bouvier de Flanders. This herding dog's name is pretty straightforward, if you know a bit of French. The breed originated in Flanders, and French farmers who prized their working spirits named the Bouvier de Flanders, which translates into cowherder of Flanders. 10. Dachshund. The Dachshund is another breed with an unexpectedly ferocious origin. When the breed was first created in the early 17th century, hunters were attempting to create a fearless, elongated dog that could dig its way into a badger's hole and do battle with the tenacious little mammals. Their name reflects this early purpose. Dachshund means badger dog in German. 11. Cavalier. King Charles Spaniel. This spaniel takes its name from King Charles II of Britain, who was often depicted in paintings and tapestries in the company of a small spaniel, and was reportedly seldom seen without his little dogs. Mental floss. Dogs welcoming home. Sold. blogs.static.mentalfliss.com/blogs/archives/40324.html12. Beagle. The exact origins of the word beagle are a bit mysterious, but anybody who has spent much time with the breed will believe the most commonly accepted story. The American Kennel Club traces the name back to the 16th century, when the hounds became associated with the French word bec-goule, noisy person, thanks to the din of their howls during hunts. That will be all on FNEWS.